everyone, I hope you had a good holiday season and welcome back in the new year. January's video is all about my personal sketchbook challenge I came up with. I decided that I wanted to draw all of the food that I ate in the week leading up to Christmas. I decided to do this because I love food, I love meal planning, I love cooking for the people I love and for myself. And I also like an excuse to get to draw the food that I eat. It's a sketchbook exercise I do a lot. So I thought it would be fun to make a video about it and get to share kind of what holiday foods I eat, the significance of eating with others, and just kind of like some things that I encountered along the way trying to keep the sketchbook pages interesting. My last video on sketchbooks did really well, so I'd like to welcome newcomers to the channel. Yay, welcome! Thanks for joining me and my art journey. I'm very excited to share with you. Before we move on to the sketchbook, I'd like to mention that my online print shop is up and running, so you can help directly support my videos by buying a print of something that I've created. I have a lot of options. I've got different seasonal landscape paintings, I've got some architectural paintings, and I've got a couple posters. I've been starting to work on that section of my website and my shop. I'm really excited about it, especially the new one I just finished, which is the Cambrian period. So if you like prehistoric creatures, this one's for you. It's a handful of selected fossils that I did a bunch of research on, and I did take artistic liberties just because I thought it would be more fun if they were colorful. I would say the main deciding factor in what I choose to eat is the fact that I have celiac disease. For those of you who don't know, celiac disease is an autoimmune disease, which means my body will attack itself when it comes into contact with the protein gluten. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, or rye, and it helps give dough its structure and its elasticity. Unfortunately, there's no cure for celiac disease, but your immune response will stop if you follow a strict gluten-free diet. Gluten-free bread products, instead of being made out of wheat, can be made with corn flour or rice flour or potato starch. So just assume that if you see food in my sketchbook, it's gluten-free. My options have greatly improved since when I was diagnosed in 2016 or 2017, especially eating out and going to the grocery store, but I still prefer to cook for myself because that's where I feel safest. Another factor in my diet is health and fitness. I started going to the gym 4 days a week, weightlifting, in August of 2023, so I've increased my calorie and protein intake so that I can keep up with that and keep getting stronger. Just keep in mind that this is my holiday diet and not my normal everyday diet, so there's like way more cookies and sweets and things. So every day of the week that I've drawn is drawn in a different sketchbook style. Today's sketchbook style is ink and colored pencil, which is, in my opinion, kind of a quintessential like sketchbook combo. You see it a lot. It's very common. The foods I ate that day were less healthy, but it's the holidays and they were really good. I think my favorite thing I ate this day was the gluten-free pizza. It's Freschetta brand, and I think it's the best pizza. I've tried a lot of different brands, but this is the best from frozen gluten-free pizza that I found. December 19th style was ink line work, and this day was a challenge. It's hard to make food look yummy in black and white. Usually food is displayed with lots of very saturated colors and, we don't have any of that when it's in ink. Despite that, I was very excited about the texture I was able to achieve with the pen. I think that it adds kind of a life even if I don't have color. You can spot the leftover pizza from the night before. I eat a lot of leftovers so that I don't have to cook as much. I think hands down my favorite food that day was the roast turkey thigh. I had a lot of fun making it, and it is an ingredient that will appear in another dish later in the week. December 20th style was ink and watercolor. I sketched in pencil first, and then I did watercolor over it, and then finally I did my line work in ink. And I think it turned out really well. It's kind of loose. You may notice on this day I have a lot of oat milk. I'm not dairy free, I just like the taste of oat milk. My favorite food that day was definitely the baked lemon salmon. I don't usually eat a lot of fish, but I wanted to make this as kind of like a special holiday meal, and I really enjoyed the recipe, so I think I'm gonna make it more often. December 21st is in bold colored pencil, which is one of my favorite sketchbook styles. I was very excited about this day because I was visiting my mother-in-law, who's a Spanish teacher, and she was having a fun demo in class, which I wanted to be part of. She was doing a demo on mate. Mate is the national drink of Argentina, and it's a communal custom, and she was doing a demo that day in class about how it's done. So you have a bunch of loose tea leaves in the bottom of your cup, and there's a host, and the host is the only one who's allowed to pour water. You have to wait until everyone is ready to pour water into your cup, and the host has to fill everyone's cup in the same order as they did it the first time. You are also not supposed to touch your straw. It's very rude, and that was something I had to consciously think about a lot because I'm used to touching my straw as an American. My favorite food that day was the strawberry lemon poppy seed cake from a restaurant called The Grazery, which does gluten-free and vegan options. It was very good. On December 22nd, I was using water-soluble markers and ink, and the colors were very bright. It's lots of fun. Sometimes I'm worried a little that they're too bright and you might not be able to tell exactly what something is because of the saturation levels. I felt good about what I ate that day. I ate a lot of vegetables and they were very good. I think vegetables are delicious and it's all about how you cook and prepare them that makes them so. My favorite food that day was a yogurt parfait with granola, bananas, and honey. The yogurt is infused with whey protein, so it's got extra boost. December 23rd was all about monochrome color schemes. Sometimes you only have one marker in your bag, and you have to use what you got. So this was really interesting because I had to think hard about what areas actually got color and what others should be left blank. I made turkey soup with the leftover roast turkey that you've seen in previous sketches, and I brought it to share with my in-laws because we were spending the day with them. I would say my favorite food that day was definitely the leftover turkey soup. I like getting to use ingredients from previous batches in something new, and this gave me a chance to do that. For Christmas Eve, I chose the blue pencil, which is a sketchbook classic, and I think pretty much everything looks good drawn in blue or in red. I made gluten-free mac and cheese from scratch to share with my family. We were together celebrating Christmas Eve. I think my favorite food that day was the mac and cheese, which is a treat. I don't make it very often because it's just carbs and cheese. For Christmas Day, I chose to use watercolor and color pencil, which I think is a very strong combination and can produce some very beautiful results. I ended up using 4 sketchbook pages instead of 3 because I just ate so much that day. There were so many good things to try. I made a separate page for dessert because it's kind of its own meal. How do you pronounce the panettone Italian bread?
Pronounced panettone. Panettone is an Italian-y slatted bread, usually made with raisins, candied fruit peels, almonds, and brandy.
One of my favorite gluten-free brands put out a version of the Italian sweetbread, panettone? Panettone? Feel bad, I don't know how it's pronounced. I've only ever seen it written out. I did my best. I asked Siri, please be gentle. But I hadn't had that sweetbread since I was a kid when I had the regular version, before I developed celiac symptoms, so I was very excited to get to eat it again, and it was just as good as I remember. The other contestant for first place was Grandma's Weight Watcher pumpkin cheesecake, which didn't have a crust. It was just cheesecake mixed with like canned pumpkin puree, and it was absolutely amazing. So for this part of the video, I wanted to talk about the significance of sharing food. I like to cook for myself and for other people as an expression of my love. I also really enjoy the act of eating together, of sharing food, which has been made a lot more difficult since I was diagnosed with celiac disease. Going out to eat sometimes feels like a gamble because I know not all restaurants can accommodate food allergies. So being able to provide food that is both delicious and also something I can eat has become something of great value to me. I also feel greatly loved when someone I trust cooks for me, because I know how much they had to go out of their way in order to accommodate my dietary needs. The act of exchanging food can be a great comfort, a relief from hunger, a favorite meal that brings joy, or even just something warm to chase away the unrelenting cold of winter. Having foods that are only prepared during specific seasons, like turkey or pumpkin pie or gingerbread cookies, makes those foods special, and so I always look forward to getting to both prepare them and also eat them with everybody else. So my takeaways from this project. Well, the first one was that drawing food for hours will make you hungry. I know that's no surprise, but definitely something I was reminded of this time around. I also really enjoyed the challenge of thinking up 8 different sketchbook styles to draw food in and make sure that all of those styles still make the food look appetizing. And between all the plates and the bowls and the mugs that I drew, this was an excellent opportunity to practice drawing ellipses. I definitely recommend this challenge to anybody who wants to practice in their sketchbook more and likes food. Now, a week's worth of drawings, as you can see, is a lot, so if that's too much, just start with one day. Feel free to take pictures. I know I did. I took a lot of pictures because it's kind of hard to just sit there and draw your food while it's getting cold and you're getting even more hungry. Make sure you take good reference photos from multiple angles so that you have options to choose from when you're ready to draw it later. I would love to hear about your favorite holiday meal, and it doesn't have to be a winter holiday. Tell me in the comments about foods that are significant to you and why you like them. I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you have a moment, please take a look at my print shop. The link is in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe so you can see what I make for you next time.